Hi, everybody. I wanted to talk today about the power of contracts that we have that are subconscious. We move through our lives in repetitive patterns. We move through our lives in which we think we're stuck in certain areas, but really there's no such thing as being stuck naturally. Change is the only thing that's natural, change is the only thing that's consistent. So if something's stuck, it means other things are holding it in place. It means it's intentionally held there. Now, the thing is, when we say intentionally, it might not be conscious. You might not know you're holding a certain area in your life placed in a stuck position. You might not be aware of that. You might think everything else is controlling that. But really, there are contracts, there are agreements that we have of why we need that part of ourselves stuck, why we need that area in our lives stagnant. And if you were to start looking at it, if you were to start asking yourself, what am I afraid of happening if this starts moving? You're going to realize all of the subconscious agreements you've made connected to that. So, for example, if let's say you feel stagnant in finances, that you're never creating wealth, you're never really bringing in that money, go ahead and ask yourself, what are you afraid of if you did? What would be the negative consequences that would happen if you were to start bringing in wealth, if things would start moving? And it could be something like, if I start bringing in wealth, then my friends are going to start asking me for money. So you have a subconscious agreement with your friends around creating wealth. There's a story here that more wealth equals less healthy friendships. Less wealth equals healthy friendships. There's some type of agreement that you've made. Maybe you have a story that if you bring in more wealth, that your parents will need you to take care of them. So there's this also this contract here around parents and family and wealth. Or if you have more wealth, then you're going to be afraid of what comes up, what comes out. Maybe there's a contract here between yourself where the less wealth, the more noble you are, the easier it is to respect yourself. So really feeling and picking an area in your life that you feel stagnant in, that you feel stuck in. And if you write out what are all of the consequences that I'm afraid of happening if it moves, if it shifts, that's how you find out what your subconscious agreements are. And once you have that list of your subconscious agreements, go ahead and ask yourself, how is this impacting me? What behaviors am I engaging in or not engaging in? And it's really anything you can catch on camera. So I am afraid I have this contract around wealth connected to overshadowing my siblings. I don't want to do better than them. So, how is that impacting me? What behaviors can I catch? Well, it's kind of getting aware of looking or tracking at how my siblings are doing financially and always making sure I'm doing less than that. Always making sure that if they're doing well, I can be doing okay. If they're doing badly, I have to be doing really badly. Like, what are those ways or those jobs that I take or don't take? So this way I can always stay a little bit below how my siblings are doing. After you go through each of your subconscious agreements and see what are the behaviors you're engaging or not engaging in, the next question you ask is, what is a healthier agreement? Really consciously and intentionally looking at all your agreements and bringing your mind there, bringing your heart there, bringing your mature self there, and saying a healthier agreement would be perhaps that abundance is allowed for all of us, and my siblings can create their abundance and I can create mine. And there's no finite amount of abundance in which we have to divide between ourselves, but we can each create and magnetize our own abundance. A healthier agreement to friends, needing me or needing the money if it comes in is, I can trust the people that I choose to have relationships with, that they can take responsibility for their lives. Or a healthier agreement could be, it's a value of mine to help my friends out. So I'm going to make sure as wealth comes in to set aside money for friends when they're in need. And you can tell that you made a healthier agreement if it feels relaxing in your body, if it feels like you've just kind of just taken a step back, if you've peeled off a layer. A healthier agreement around parents needing help is, I can choose to use my wealth to help them in a way that actually helps them and doesn't just drain me, or I can begin engaging in conversations with them about their wealth, about their retirement plan, about what they have in mind. And just that awareness and that honesty and that communication, that open communication is going to help me see, like, is that actually true? Oh, actually, they have a plan this whole time. Actually, they're not expecting their children to take care of them. Like bringing in that honesty. When we bring things up into the surface, up into the light, you actually are able to see what is monstrously exaggerated and what's actually true, what actually just needs pivoting and affirmation. So, going through your list of your subconscious agreements, what are they? How are they impacting you? What's a healthier agreement? And the last one is, what is an action I can take now? That first step into this new agreement. So, the first step into this new agreement is writing down how much money I actually want to be making a year. Because until now, I've just been playing small, just tracking what my siblings have and what they don't have and going underneath that. And now it's taking the power back by saying, like, actually, this is the number that I'd want. And what would I need to do to get there? And not having my siblings in mind, not having my friends in mind, not having my parents in mind, but having my own purpose, my own sense of self that gets to have wealth, that gets to magnetize that. You can do this on any topic besides wealth. You can do it on intimacy. You can do it on family. You can do it on your relationships. You can do it on your fitness. You can do it on anywhere that feels like it's not moving. And again, it's not moving not because it's stuck. It's not moving because it's held in place by other parts of you. I hope that was helpful. And I hope you guys have a great week of shifting some patterns, changing some things around, and just know that you get to have a life that moves, that changes, that expands. And we're always changing. Things are always changing. So stepping into that natural flow of change, of shift, of progress, of movement. I am hosting a 4-week mentorship called Trusting Love, which is really the thing that needs to be developed is trust. Because when we control, when we hold that in, when we stay constricted, we are so afraid of what will happen if we don't know what will happen. It's so much easier to be stuck in a pattern than to step into the unknown. So trusting love is really about engaging these patterns, these ways of stuckness, and loosening them and stepping into the unknown and learning how to trust the unknown, learning how to trust love, learning how to step into the force of love, and knowing that she is there to create and refine something in you that is beautiful, that is bigger, that is wider, that is deeper than where you currently are. Would love to walk many of you in that journey. It is starting November 27th. And we have some spots available for a deeper one-on-one journey as well. If you want to go into one-on-one mentorship with me, go ahead and check out the link below with all the details there. And I hope you guys have a wonderful week. Bye.